Now, we are here. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to People's Court. For those of you who have been through a court session before, I told you this moment was coming. She couldn't get it pushed back long enough. She had good lawyers. But I told y'all that her court date was pushed back and that she will be in court. She's here. So, is everybody ready? She's been sworn in. Pearl will be the prosecutor. Low-key, I think Pearl was the defense. I'm going to be the prosecutor today. This is not a jury trial today. This is a bench trial. I'm the jury. So let's go.
The man, the woman, the myth, the legend. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So, today we're going to talk about, you are one of the most notorious people in the manosphere.
Okay.
And I think that I kind of represent that average viewer that
We're not going to do this whole time. Oh, I turned the sound
did
on.
this reputation come about? And do you feel like it is deserved?
Well, the reason why she's a notorious figure in the manosphere is because for some reason, she seems to want to give advice, but she needs advice. Like, and the thing she says is almost like she's the chameleon of all chameleons. Like, she's like, ran through everybody, and now she's trying the way that she should have tried from the very beginning, which is understanding that the problem is her and not blaming men. I literally just watched her. She went through a whole like 5 things she had to do, and one of them she said was not blaming men. I'm like, uh-oh. You might have had women on the whole list till you get to that point. Even this look, it's funny. And if y'all seen this, you probably didn't see this, but you probably seen it, but didn't realize what you were saying. The whole clip of it ain't a clip, it's a picture. The woman walking up the steps, 2023, what she was leaving behind, and it was all that stuff. Y'all noticed that there was a blaming men box, and it was the biggest box. A lot of women ain't gonna be able to leave all that behind. It's too much stuff in there. They have to blame men.
I do feel that it's deserved because what I've come to understand is that I have misrepresented myself for a very long time. And I would say that my villain origin story was I had first moved to LA in 2014, was linking up with someone after my breakup with a guy I was with for 4 years. And TMZ put out an article and claimed that I said I was pregnant by Colin Kaepernick, right?
Wait, okay, so you were with a guy for 4 years.
We break up.
From high school.
From college.
From college.
Yeah.
And you said 18?
18 what?
When you moved at 18.
They also put out an article that he made you pay for your own plane ticket. You try to fly yourself out, and he wasn't on it.
I moved to LA in 2014.
Oh, 2014.
Yes.
Okay, and how old were you?
I think maybe 21, 22.
Okay, 21, 20. And you were dating Colin Kaepernick at the time?
I wouldn't...
No.
Hooking up?
Whatever.
Lincoln?
Lincoln. Let's just say Lincoln.
Sneaky Lincoln?
At the time. And with that, they had photoshopped a picture. I had posted him for my Man Crush Monday. This is Instagram a long time ago when there was Woman Crush Wednesdays, Man Crush Monday.
Remember those.
You remember that? Yeah.
Okay.
So I had posted him and I put perfection and then I added him. And again, why I posted on my Instagram? Great question. But someone had photoshopped the image. Media Takeout. I don't know if you ever heard of them, but they had posted it and then TMZ ran the story. And
Pearl, If you never heard of media takeout, you're in the wrong businesses.
I felt like from that moment on, I was labeled a villain. And you have to understand, I was in a relationship for 4 years. Like, most people know the white guy that I used to date. We used to post together. He's the reason I got into fitness. And I was already labeled.
We don't know him.
A villain, a whore, and was accused of something that I didn't do.
And so, what did you not do? So they were.
So I had put perfection at his username.
So is this your testimony? See, because I didn't know you was about to get cooked this bad. So this is your testimony that you were labeled a hoe because of your Colin Kaepernick post, your Man Crush Monday post. Okay, this is it. So you trying to tell me you had one celebrity boyfriend and then you were labeled a hoe off that? Your one post? Okay. This is the believe all women era, so I'm going to believe you. But don't make me have to recall this testimony, please. Because I will.
And they photoshopped it to say preggers at his username. So they were like, saying, this girl claims that she's...
They were saying that you claimed that you were...
Yes.
Okay.
And I actually looked it up. I have a screenshot too. I looked it up last night to see if the article was still up, and it's still up. So at that moment in time, I realized that even though per society standards, I was someone who, low body count. Right no, I had not talked to any famous guy, never been around. I had a big following.
20 seconds.
An ideal situation, right? Starting out in Hollywood, already labeled a whore, a liar, a gold digger. So when I think about how my origin story began.
What's the difference? No. It's whores that don't get money. It's liars that ain't whores, and it's gold diggers that ain't liars. So how would you label all three of them just off this post? Nah, Brittney, we're not doing it. But we're looking up this post.
Again, like my villain origin story, it was that. It's like, I haven't even done anything and I'm already misunderstood. So I think as time progressed, I really just tried to fake it till I could make it. And inside, I never, like, especially in high school, like growing up, I never felt like I was just top tier beautiful because I just wasn't. I was growing into myself. I always had really bad skin, over-fried my hair, always wearing extensions, never feeling pretty as even my natural self, like where I am now. So how I started even like posting videos and being maybe like overly sexual was because I was like, I want to feel like this bad bitch.
So again, I've only seen like clips of you.
Okay.
I've seen a couple car rants. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you a couple car rants. I know you released a book.
Yeah, in 2018.
Yeah, and I know that I saw the stuff you did with Fresh and Fit, PJ Academics, like those little interviews here and there.
Yeah.
So when we go back to you said 2014.
Yes, 2014.
When you're in LA. So then did you start dating Kaepernick?
I would just say that I started like dating, period. Like I kind of just opened it up. It's not like we were exclusive.
I ain't gonna lie, Brittney was cold when she hit the scene. She's still cute, but she was fine as hell in this picture I'm looking at. She was cold when she first hit the scene.
Exclusive, whatever. So I would say that
she was supposed to lock a man down then in this one right here when she was like 21. When she was right there, that's when she was supposed to lock somebody in. Because now people don't even see her for her look.
Villain came about was I was a small town girl from Mississippi. Like to even be in certain rooms with people where it was unheard of. I never thought these guys would even know I existed. So I felt like there was still that like starry-eyed element where I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like I had been like thrown into Disney World, so to speak, right? Like the world is at your fingertips, and again, all of these.
So is it the guy's fault or your fault for being starstruck? I just want you on record with an answer to that. Please tell me.
High value men are now seeking you. And again, I'm a girl from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. People don't even probably know where that is. So I think that's where over-sexualizing myself and really pitching into that's like the whole bad bitch, like wanting to feel like something I didn't.
So were you sleeping with a lot of these guys?
Yes.
And then like posting stuff on social media? Okay.
No, actually, like I said, besides that post where I had, made him my Man Crush Monday, I didn't even say that we were dating. It's not like I was like, hey, look at me, here I am at a game or here I am at his house. Like, it wasn't that. It was just, that's how everything started out.
Okay, so I'm just trying to understand, because there's one article that's a one-off, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can kind of recover from one article, in my opinion anyway. But there was more that happened in between. Yeah. What happened next?
Because I'm saying this because this is literally on like TMZ. So after that, when I was talking to him, I kind of moved on because I'm like, whatever, you're robotic, we move on. Kind of got caught up with Trey Songz. So TMZ was like asking him questions about.
Kind of got caught up with Trey Songz, huh? A popular R&B artist that a lot of women like. You just kind of got caught up with him, huh? Or was you throwing that pussy? Okay, just answer the question. I don't know.
Because like my fitness group was like the Fit Thick Army. So then I was linked to him, right? Okay. So then that's kind of where it just started to.
So then you started.
Shit wouldn't work out. I would move.
No. You said it started with the Colin Kaepernick post, so it started there. I told you I didn't want to have to recall this testimony, ma'am. So did it start with Trey Songz or did it start with Colin Kaepernick? Because you already done named two niggas and you said it started with both of them. So when did it start? I would hope you don't say this again. Don't say it started again.
On. Okay. And then, like I especially when I first got on social media, it was a different place, right? Early 20s, guys from all over. I mean, it was just, I would entertain one at a time, though. That was like my thing. So I was like, when I'm done with you, I'm going to move on. And then it just became unsuccessful relationships, and I moved on.
Okay. So
how many? Because you tried to make it sound like you're not a hoe for doing that. So how many times did you do that?
It was just like you were linked with rapper, entertainer.
A lot of my shit was public, and I feel like that's where a lot of people are like, she's a whore, but it's like there's articles where someone took a picture of me at the movie theater with a guy. That's out of my control. So I would say now, you know, when you've kind of figured out how the world works, you try to be a bit more mindful about who you even step out with, but you can't control if people take pictures of you. Were
you posting any of these guys yourself? So you never posted?
No, because we weren't exclusive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm going to post somebody that's my man. Again, I'm a 21, 22-year-old posted that Man Crush Monday. That's obviously very childish, right? But all these other guys, I didn't post them on my page. So.
All these other guys, huh? You said it started with Colin. So where did this stuff come from? Where did this idea of you being a hoe come from when you're talking about dating all these other guys? Do you think it was all the other guys who were dating Brittney? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not the paparazzi. Maybe it's the person who they're taking a picture of. Could be. Could be just
so
me.
Then
could be
basically,
you.
Because you were linked to all these different guys
publicly,
publicly, now that's when the reputation started to build. Then, so this is where
you make yourself sound like even more of a hoe because you're just talking about what we know about publicly. So you mean to tell me that it's just the stuff we know about? So you mean to tell me every guy that we know you've been linked to isn't even all the guys? Okay, cool. So whose fault is it again? We might have to throw this case out. You are guilty as hell already. What are we sitting here listening to you for? Guilty.
Tell me.
2018, yeah.
And from what I know, I haven't read the book. Okay. What I know of the book is that you basically exposed a lot of people in the book. This is just what I've heard.
I didn't read it either, but what I know of the book is Superhead Jr. It's just some video vixen confession dumb shit.
Basically, all the stuff you'd been doing, you put in the book. And while you might not have said their names exactly, it was pretty easy for people to figure out who they were.
Okay, well, I didn't expose anyone.
Girl, okay,
my book was...
You need to stop this. Let me tell you something. How do I know that Colin Kaepernick made you pay for your own flight? Huh? That's a rhetorical question because you put it in your book. So therefore, you saying that you didn't expose anyone when I know personal things about someone and I didn't even read the damn book. That means you're a liar. And you're about to get this case thrown the hell out. I don't have all day for this, ma'am. We can get this out of here right now. You can get your sentence because you are pissing me off. This is not a jury trial. This is a bench trial. This is going to go a little bit different. your ass will get thrown out of my court. We ain't listening to 12 other people. This is me. I'm not about to sit here for this foolishness, Brittney. You claim to be accountable, but you keep saying unaccountable shit. So let's tighten up our testimony before you piss the judge off and get extra time. I'll tell you that right now.
Like a 25-year-old memoir, basically. Okay. And I didn't list all of these sexapades. So there were seven people, fake names, 7 relationships, like situationships, whatever you want to call them, and what I learned from that. So there was a lot of, my book was about sharing my story and being accountable. The most like salacious stories or sexapades, they weren't even in there because it wasn't, a lot of these guys, it was a pivotal.
Tell now if you want.
I'm sorry?
I said you can tell now if you want.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just kidding.
So I mean, it's just kind of like, that was never my intention. My book never had ill intent. Now, again, I know the salacious marketing was intentional because I knew people were thinking I'm gonna.
It's like a thumbnail.
Yeah, it's clickbait. Like, look at all these guys are in here. Yeah, because I know you're gonna fucking buy the book. But when people actually read it, any person who's read my book is like, wait, this is completely different than how you pitched it, and it really is a book about accountability. So those 7 people really were like pivotal moments for me. So again, I took what came with the salacious marketing. And again,
don't think that I let you get past what you just said. I'm just letting you cook yourself. Continue. I will recall what you just said at a later time in this video. Trust and believe it. I didn't let you get it. I just let you say it what I responded to. But I heard what you said about marketing the book a certain way, but being a different way. Because this is what I think, you know what? No, let's talk about this now. I think this is what you're doing right now, Brittney Renner. I think you're marketing the book a certain way, but the real book is different than what you marketing it. So you want to make it seem like you changed and it's soft girl era and you understand men now and you're gonna make these mistakes again. But really, you just selling the book, bitch. So some rich guy will buy it. But once he get the book, he'll realize, oh man, this is just Brittney. So what you're doing right now is what you did with that book, huh? And you thought the Jews was gonna come into my court and me not catch that? Okay. I'm telling you right now, Brittney. I thought I was gonna get through this whole video. I'm about to send your ass upstate real fast. I do not have time for this.
Misrepresenting myself is just that, right? So you have to accept what comes behind that. So I wanted to sell a book. I had no problem with doing, using my tactics to get copies sold. And what came with that is she's not trustworthy. She's a whore, and that's all she cares about is money. She's just a quick money grab.
Wait. Now stop, because wait a minute. You said after one post of Colin Kaepernick, I want you to understand what you're saying on this trial here today, Mary. You said after one post of Man Crush Monday and Impregnant Thing that they labeled you a hoe, a gold digger, and a liar. You said that's what they labeled you then. Then you said it started with being linked to Trey Songz. Now you're saying that the book is what people said that you're a hoe and a gold digger and all this stuff for. After saying it's a bunch of stuff that you did that you didn't even talk about in the book. After admitting to being untrustworthy and a liar. So if someone calls you an untrustworthy liar, you've admitted to that part. So we could just go ahead and get that part of the sentence on out the way, because you are a liar. And you're untrustworthy, and you admitted that you were that to sell a book. But I'm here to prove that you are that trying to get a man. The title of this video that Pearl posted was, can you turn a hoe into a housewife? My answer to the question is people been doing it for years, but specifically to you, no, because you are a liar and you have not changed your actions. You are still continuing to do what the hell you done did, which is making up stuff to try to sell, try to just get into the door. That's what you wanted to do. You said people that make people believe it just to try to get into the door. That's what you're trying to do with a husband? Okay, Brittney.
She's a girl that cannot be trusted. And I understand that.
Absolutely
you never read my book. It's like what I'm saying doesn't even make sense. Because like you would actually have to physically read it. That's why the book is called Judge This Cover. You're going to do that anyways. There are people that just took little snippets from each chapter and judge me off of that. You're talking about
Why wouldn't we?
This guy I was talking about spitting in his mouth or paying for flights. That was one that was circulating on Twitter. I talked about how I paid for my own flights. Okay. So it's like, if I'm such a gold digger, why am I paying for my flights?
Mm-hmm.
Because he made you. It's Colin Kaepernick. Don't say no name. It's Colin Kaepernick, and he made you. So if you're such a gold digger, why are you paying for your own flight? Because it's an opportunity, dummy. If you're going to fly anywhere, why not fly to a rich guy? It's not like you're going to have to pay for anything when you get there. So if you're a gold digger, why are you paying for your own flight? Because you're flying to a rich dude? It's at least a down payment. If you tell me, we going to the club, drinks is on me. I'm not about to be like, yo, could you pay my way in too? No! I don't need you to pay my way in too. I didn't need you to pay for my drink, but I'm just saying, if you paying for the drinks, I ain't gonna be like, bro, could you pay my way in too since you're being generous? No, I'll pay my way in. I'll get me there. You doing everything? We good. I'm there. I wasn't even gonna go to the club, but since you paying for the drinks, now I want to go. So that's why your gold digging ass paid for that flight, because you was around a rich guy. You fly to a rich dude. You was bro. You gotta go have some gold to dig. So your gold digging ass paid for that flight because you was going to the gold. Don't fool me. Fool yourself.
So there's just things in there that I felt like people did not want to understand me. You didn't open the book, so your opinion doesn't fucking matter about the book. Read it and then tell me how you feel about me.
That's why watch your mouth in my effing courtroom. Because I didn't open the book, and my opinion definitely matters. It's about to get your ass sent up the river. One more outburst like that, you cuss again in here. Cuss again up in this courtroom, and I'll tell you what. You're going to have to find you a girlfriend as many years as I send you up the state.
You know, that's kind of how I feel with that.
So then you write the book. Were any of the people that were in the book mad that you wrote the book?
Yes.
The conversations I've had, because there's maybe like two guys in there that I have not spoken to, right? Mm-hmm. The other 5 I've had conversations with since. One of the people had actually asked me to market them as one of the people in it. They didn't mind that. Okay. Other guys in my life, just in general, were asked like why they weren't in it. They were like sad, right? But most of the guys I have a good relationship with. Like we're still cool. Mm-hmm. So they understood that was my experience, that was my perspective, and that was that. I mean,
whoever that dude was thirsty for attention. He needed some followers. Oh, put that, man, that's me. Why didn't you ain't say that was me? Why you ain't say it was you, nigga? Market yourself. You did it. Colin said Colin was Colin. That's how we know
I spoke to recently. He was like, I was just waiting for you to say my name so I could have sued you for everything, right? And I'm just like, well, that wasn't my plan. Like I wasn't trying to hurt you. But he was like, I understood your perspective, and I get it. He said you didn't lie in it. So
that's a weak ass nigga. What you mean? I understand your perspective, and I get why you did it, but I was waiting for you to say my name so I could sue your ass. Who is this whole ass nigga? Whoever he is, I want to know his name so I could go do a video on him. He's a lame. I don't give a damn if he was my hero before. I changed my mind about this nigga. He's a lame. Who did that? This nigga said, hey, no, you wasn't lying, but if you'd have said my name, I was about to get that ass for everything you own. You a hoe.
Okay, so none of the guys had hurt feelings over the book.
No.
That nigga must have been cheating.
That seems, because I kind of thought, like from what I had heard, is that some of the guys maybe weren't happy they were in the book.
I'm sure they weren't, but I think the people that weren't happy about it, the 2 that I'm thinking of in my mind, I just haven't spoken to them. Okay. You know, the other 5 I did.
No. Who you think you talking to? So randomly, just humbug. The 2 guys that you think would have a problem with their name being mentioned in the book is the 2 guys you haven't spoken to. I wonder why, Miss Accountability. The book is all about accountability. Be accountable for 2 of them names. Cussing your ass out. Since you want to be so damn accountable. You want to be accountable? I'm proud of you. Be accountable for them 2 people you don't want to even say his name. Because it's
So
You think it might be them
you
too?
know,
Okay.
I don't
Why
know.
you
I don't know
so-
how they would feel
So
now.
you don't think like
I don't know how they would feel.
'Cause
Yes,
I
you
just-
do. Yes, you do. Because you just got done saying not 2 seconds ago that you think they would have a problem with it, but then you say, I don't know how they would feel. Yes, you do. You just told us. You said they would have a problem with it and you haven't spoke to them. Who you think you talking to? Pearl? I'm not Pearl. For real,
thinking
I'm not Pearl.
I just know how the guys are going to see it. Like you're choosing to publicly link with these people, and maybe you didn't want it to be public, but it's like if you're making a choice to go after the like rappers, athletes, like that sort of thing, of course people are going to call you a hoe.
And that's fine.
Yeah. And no, that's the thing. You don't shy away from that.
Yeah.
But it goes back to my original question, whether you think it's earned or not. Or it's like misrepresenting you or not.
Well,
she said yes, but then gave all the reasons why it's somebody else's fault. She said, yes, it's earned, but then she said it came from one Man Crush Monday post and one Trey Songz link and one everything. She named about 17 different dudes and said it all started with that.
I think I have misrepresented myself because again, Bundle of Brittney is like her own, that's like a Frankenstein I have created, right? Okay. And that's like a fraction, even just the time we've spent the past few days together, probably very different than what you've seen online, you know? So that's what I have used to get views and get clicks. And I've realized that
so basically you're on some fake shit. Thank you for telling this man that you want to be your husband, that you're online on some fake shit. Who's the real you? The one we meet in person or the one we meet online? Who is you? Talk to us.
I don't have to do that anymore. So that's where the misrepresentation comes in. But again, a hoe, and I guess is in this sphere, right, is someone who has sex with multiple guys. Okay, well, then that's not a term I'm going to shy away from. I've had sex with multiple guys. Now, I'm not going to take that word and be like, I'm so unworthy, I'm a whore. Yeah. It just is what it is. Like, that's how they want to distinguish what category women fall under. I got no problem with that. That's fine.
Yeah, no. You do have a problem with it. Because I'm glad that you understand that you don't have to get the characteristics. We're telling you. Everybody else is telling you. Men and women. Women are telling that ass. First of all, they ain't men. Men ain't telling you. Women telling you, oh, you're a whore. So I'm glad you understand that your past is determined by other people. It don't matter if you ain't gonna say, oh, I'll let that get you down. We don't want you to be let down. We want you to be a confident hoe. Go ahead. But don't get online like you've some type of changed when you're the same hell that you always was.
Okay, I've had sex with multiple guys. It didn't work out. I moved on, you know?
Okay, so...
That's it. That's the way you justify it, huh? I've had sex with multiple guys. It didn't work. Just move on. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll get the engagement ring right now. It's nothing, you know, 1,000 bodies. What? Oh man, you learn from your mistakes. Seem like to me, if you learn from your mistakes, the more mistakes you make, you'll be smarter, right? That's why Brittney popped up a genius online. Yeah, I had sex with multiple guys. Just move on. I made mistakes. Hell, yeah, I got hella bodies. So what? Who cares?
You don't necessarily feel like was misrepresented based on how the guys would see it.
How they would
see it. Okay.
I get it.
Okay. So then next, this is where I heard of you first.
Okay.
Let's talk about PJ.
Okay.
So you do the book. Is PJ next, or is there something in between?
Meaning like when we met?
No, meaning like how many dicks you were sitting on, stupid ass. You just talked about Colin Kaepernick. You talked about Trey Songz. You name dropped twice. So name drop again. Throw another name out there before we get to PJ, because this is where I'm really about to fry yo little ass. So go ahead. Let's get to PJ. Please, let's get to PJ.
Yeah.
So we met. He actually came to my hosting in 2018, May of 2018. So that's like physically where we first met. It was not romantic. Like I literally had a job there. He's like, hey, I'm gonna come by. Okay, cool. He invited me to his game at UK, February 2019. Right? So we met. I went back for my birthday, so I went to 2 Kentucky games, and that's when we first started talking. Like after my birthday, we talked almost every single day. And I was aware, like, he was younger than me. I always had a lot of judgment towards guys who were younger than me because I'm like, you're younger than me. How can you handle me? You know, right?
No.
But I always felt like PJ saw me for me. And that is the fucking god honest truth.
You always felt like PJ saw you for you. What are you? Let me tell you what I saw. I saw a video of you saying, ladies, if you want to get a guy, just get an athlete. They're dumb. They don't use condoms. They don't pay attention. You could just get an athlete. So PJ saw you for you, but what did you see PJ as? I'm going to take your testimony. I'm not going to, at this point, I'm not going to call you a liar on that. But I am going to question what you've seen in PJ because you've testified to it already. State's evidence is that video from your car stating that athletes are dummies. So what was your thoughts about PJ? We know what he thought of you. I'm going to take your testimony. I will admit it in the evidence that PJ saw you for you. Even though you've admitted you're a fake ass that will say anything to sell yourself. He saw you, the real you. So, how did you see him? Tell us, please.
It makes me sad even thinking about it. Because, like...
Why?
I don't know. You just think people get you and it just doesn't work out. Mm-hmm. So that's why I overlooked...
You say it doesn't work out. If you use the words work out one more time in this courtroom and you not talking about fitness... I'm throwing your ass out. I promise. Do not say it didn't work no more in my courtroom. I'm not playing with you. Stop saying that. You will be held in contempt. You say workout one more time and you ain't talk about no damn jumping jacks. Stop saying it.
Some of those things like the age. Oh, he's about to be in the NBA. I overlooked that because I felt like, oh my God, I finally have a guy who doesn't judge me, who sees me for me and like accepts it and understands my value. Mm-hmm. So I felt like he was somebody that like deserved all my time and attention. And, you know, it just didn't end up working out.
I said, don't say it again. And you think that I skipped past or was over talking what your ass just said, and I didn't. I heard what you said. You said he was on his way to NBA, but I overlooked that because you got a guy that cares about me. Out, Brittney. Ooh. You gonna sit up and tell this lie in my courtroom? That him going to the draft had nothing to do with your liking him. You just liked him because he liked you. So that means any guy that just likes you can get you, right? All you got to do is just slide in Brittney Renner inbox like, I like you. And then you're going to fly to his games and hook up with him, huh? All you got to do is like you for you. That's easy. Is that easy to get your pussy? Mm-hmm. You must think I'm an athlete. You must think I'm an NBA player. You must think I'm that dummy. Because you're talking like we is. You must think, see, Pearl play basketball. Pearl is an athlete. So he talking to, she's talking to Pearl like a dumbass athlete. She must think Pearl about to believe that because she's an athlete. And athletes is stupid. Because what you said, and you talking this dumb shit to Pearl, see, and because she don't know. She's coming from a place of, I don't really know. Like, where do you get all this stuff from? I don't even know. I'm just a blind of a fan. Pearl don't really know this girl. Like, PJ ain't really know this girl. So you selling the same dream to Pearl that you sold to PJ, but I'm here to not buy it. I'm here to tell my friend, no, don't buy that. That's fake. That's fake Gucci. You get down on somebody that don't know no better when they got their friend there with them. Oh, no, them J's ain't real, bro. Hey, no, don't buy them, fam. You got down on Pearl. Luckily, the cameras was there. Thought you was going to get out of this?
Long term.
No.
So, and how old was you when it started? How old were you? Because this is the narrative.
20.
I've got a million questions
about
you.
About the age thing, and I'm so glad you brought it up.
About you grooming. Like, they said, because
that I'm a pedophile, predator, all that.
What, just to give context to the viewers at home, if you guys don't know anything about Brittney, I saw a video of you where you were in the car saying, this is basically how you can get a kid off of an NBA player. Yeah. And it's really easy because these guys don't wear condoms. Mm-hmm. And it's something to that effect.
So Pearl, you seen that video? Oh, okay. Cook your food then. Because we've already discussed this video. It's already been admitted in the state's evidence. So I want to hear her talk about this.
So then a couple years
Oh, you
later,
seen
when
that
you
part?
have a kid off an NBA player, it's not a good look.
Right.
And especially that he's a lot younger than you. So
Don't matter.
what did you feel like was misrepresented there?
So to give a little bit
Let me stop. Before she fries herself. In this court, we will not allow the whole grooming testimony or none of that. He's a grown-ass man. So I ain't going with the grooming shit. He's an NBA basketball player with a contract. I don't care if he's 1 year high school. I don't care if he's 19. We're not going with this grooming shit because he got people around him. He got teammates. He got all type of stuff. If you get got by a woman at the tender age of big ass age of 19, I don't care. If you get got by a woman for your money at 19, my man, that's on you and the people around you. So no, we're not doing the whole she groomed him thing. We're not allowing that testimony in this court. No, we're not doing that to her. She didn't groom him. He groomed his damn self. A grown ass man in the NBA at the big ass age of 21. He did not get groomed by a woman. I'm not allowing that testimony. Strike that from the evidence. No, it did not
more
happen.
context to the video too. Especially, I think I made this video in 2018 and I was in my car ranting, like I always do. And people were saying that, you're a gold digger, you're this and you're that. And my way to defend myself.
This was that when you also said that you pay for your own flights too? I was just
I would have to go to my archive.
2019. Okay. So is it your testimony that you made that video before you made PJ or met PJ Tucker? Or while, not PJ Tucker, but PJ, PJ, what's the name? Why you were Johnson? Why you were dating him? Is it your testimony that you created that video? You said 2018 and then you said you met him in 18 and then y'all started dating in 19. So it's just your testimony that before you started to date a basketball player and have a kid by a basketball player, that you said it would be easy to trap an NBA player? Is it your testimony that before you did what you said in the video, that you said it before you did it? Is that your testimony?
I haven't played the video in its entirety.
Is it also your testimony is that this is what you did to counteract people saying you're a gold digger? So since people said you're a gold digger, you're going to do a video about how easy it is to gold digger. You were just owning it. That's what you're saying? Is it your testimony in this court that you was just owning it at this point? Because you did a gold digger ass video, Pearl Cena 2. And then you put your words to action. It's not looking good for you to hear that, Brittney. It's really not. Your 2023 will be spent behind bars. I'll tell you that much today.
To confirm that. Because there were other times I talked about paying for my flights. But in that video, I was saying that if I really was a gold digger, I could have several kids by now. And so it was an attempt to make a group of people look bad, and I made myself look even worse. Because I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
Who are the group of people? So your attempt was to make the people, Brittney. I almost feel sorry for you. So your attempt was to make the people who call you a gold digger look bad. So you explained how to gold dig. Can you tell the court how that works? If somebody accuses you of something and then you get on a video and say, well, this is how you do it. If someone accuses me of stealing cars, I probably shouldn't get on a video and start talking about how to hot wire things now, should I? Because that would make me look like what the people that accuse me of were right. And then you said it makes you look even worse. At least you got that part of your accountability now. You got eyes. Like, I know you see very well. I can tell that about you. You see. I don't know how you process information, but you see things very well. You got good eyes. You don't miss nothing if you can see it. Like, for real.
I'm a gold digger. These athletes don't use condoms. I could have a baby by them, right? It aged horribly, right? and I don't ever try to deny that, and I don't do apology towards. It is what it is. I said what I said. Like, that was my.
Oh, so that's what you saying? Oh, okay. So you saying, oh, okay, I get it now. So you were saying that they was calling you a gold digger, and you were saying, "What you mean? I could just have a baby by if I was a gold digger, I would just have a baby by you, dude. It's easy. Why don't I have a baby if I'm a gold digger? Because stupid, babies don't have anything to do with the money you was getting. It's just a little bit another it's just another hustle. Child support just another aspect of the hustle of gold digging. You ain't gotta have no baby to be a gold digger. You know how many rich guys don't have kids that be tricking? You think having a baby is why you're not a gold digger? Oh, I don't got no baby, so I ain't no gold digger. I tell you what you is, you're a dumbass. I bet you that much. And you about to get thrown out of my court. I bet you that much too.
Truth, that was my experience. The people that I was encountering, it's not even like an athlete thing. A lot of guys don't wear condoms, but it was surprising to me that people of such high status were a little bit more reckless, right? And for
because you think they have so much to lose.
Yeah, I guess that's exactly what it is, right? It's like, why do you trust me, right? Yeah. And as a young person, and you're not even a young person.
So in your head, you were saying, like, fuck the haters. I could have a kid. That none of these people, if you wanted to catch a kid by an NBA player.
It's really easy because they're dumb, right? So that's where
But that is the dumbest logic ever. If somebody's accusing you of something, and then you did the O.J. Simpson. You literally did the O.J. Simpson. You literally did the O.J. Simpson. Your video was If I Did It. Your video is exact O.J. Simpson's book, If I Did It. So you say, I'm not a gold digger, but if I was, this is how I would do it. Our NBA player. These niggas stupid. So you told on yourself like OJ did. Cool. He got backlash. You're getting it. So let this be a lesson for the rest of y'all. Don't ever say what you would have did if somebody accused you of doing some shit. Oh, well, how I'm gonna do that? And then if I did, I would just shut up when somebody accused you of something you ain't did it. Just shut the hell up. It doesn't matter. They're wrong. If you try to do anything to prove them wrong, more wrong, you're gonna look stupid. Brittney Simpson. Now you know you're guilty.
Context of that video, right? And then I met PJ, like, we started talking when he was 20 years old. Mm-hmm. We have a 6-year age gap.
Okay, so you're 26.
Yeah.
20. I'm 26. I'm thinking 20-year-olds are pretty immature.
But I'm telling you, when I met,
we're not about to do this in my courtroom. Per, I told you, we're not even implying that she groomed him. We're not doing that. This is a 20-year-old ass man who is going to the league. No, he's not fully mature as a man. Hell no, I'm not saying that he is, but I'm saying he's mature enough as a man to where I'm not about to say you groomed him. He's a grown ass man. Get the hell out of here with that. We're not doing that. No, I'm gonna convict her of a bunch of shit, but grooming is not it. I have thrown that case out. That is not being admissible in my courtroom today. She did not groom this man. It's a grown ass man. No the hell way am I saying that. No.
I just felt like, and like genuinely, he had
will never have any access. Will have access where she not. They see it. Anybody know men know how men talk? Like, yo, you messing with her? You know, she's messing with Colin. You know, she tried to say Colin got pregnant, man. You messing with a gold digger, man. You do that, man. They don't know, man. Don't be messing with these hoes, man. Man, get about your money, man. Man, we got bitches out here, man. Man, you trying to settle now, man. You 20. All that stuff. I don't want to hear that grooming shit. Get out of my face. How come anybody around didn't ungroom him then? Fuck that. Shut up, Pearl.
Old soul. Mm-hmm. That's how I felt about him. So a lot of people tried to, like, I don't know. I feel like they tried to.
I tried to take your side. You said that dumb shit. Don't try to sell it. Oh, it's old soul. Shut up. He was 20. He didn't have no damn old soul. He's a stupid athlete, like you said, and you got him for his money. Now I'm giving you a pass. Don't keep talking and make me turn back what I done said.
To tell me how I felt and like my intentions, and it's like, I know the truth. Like, I know the person that I was sitting across from at BJ's when we had our first date in Kentucky and Lexington. Like, you can't tell me that, you know?
I personally think 20 is old enough to make your own decision.
Yes.
I put myself when I was 20, and I'm thinking you can't really be groomed at 20 years old. But for some reason, I feel like back then they said that something about you met him in high school.
I did not even know he existed.
Okay.
Bruh, I didn't. Like, and honestly,
did you see him play in high school?
Never.
Okay.
I don't, but that's what I'm saying. The $200,000 a month, the meeting him when he was in high school. Again, like, even when I first was, like, I met PJ when I went to Kentucky.
I wouldn't give a damn if she did meet him when she was in high school. I'm still not going for this when we talking about a 21-year-old ass man. I don't want to hear this testimony. I'm straight on the grooming shit. It didn't happen. He's a grown ass man. Stop it. We're not about to demonize her for getting him and then call him a victim. He's a dumbass. Hell no. She got him because she was getting him. I ain't saying she got him. She admitted to it. So it ain't like it's a crime. It isn't even a crime. She got him. But we're not about to call him an innocent victim. We're calling him a dumbass. So hell no. He did not get groomed. 21-year-old ass man. You're not groomed. Because if that's the case, why wouldn't somebody smarter than her groom him in the other way? You mean to tell me it was no old heads that sit there like, yo, bruh, you 20 years old going to the draft. You know who that is? That's the same chick that said Colin Kaepernick was pregnant. You messing with her?
I was talking to someone who played on the Nuggets at the time. And it was someone that I kind of had a history with. And when I met PJ, and
all right, I will not look. See, every time I unpause this, you say something else stupid. I said I was going to give you a pass and say that he didn't get got, but you was dating a nigga on the Nuggets too? So, okay. Let's recall your testimony. So you mean to tell me, this is your testimony. I'm making this up. So you mean to tell me after you made the video about getting an NBA player, you were dating about an athlete? Because you didn't necessarily say NBA player. You said athlete. So you were dating a dude on the Nuggets who we are going to go down the roster and look up who we think it is. So you were dating a dude on the Nuggets. Matter of fact, let me get that right now. And then you were dating another basketball player. And you ended up getting pregnant by one of them after unveiling your plan to trap a professional athlete. You, ma'am, might want to have your counsel tell you to shut the hell up, because your testimony right now, this last 5 minutes, is the most damning thing that's ever been said in this courtroom. And I mean that. And we're about to look up this Nugget roster from the 2018 to find out who you was dating.
We had that connection. I immediately cut the guy from the Nuggets off. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I have my own shit going. I did not know he existed when he was in fucking high school. What? I'm pulling heavy hitters. What am I worried about a fucking kid in high school for? But that's where people just make up their own shit. So it's like, well, I can't really. You guys are going to say what the fuck you want to say. All I can do is sit here and tell you the truth, you know?
So 20, you guys start talking. When did you get pregnant?
I got pregnant.
And you were with him for how long?
So we talked.
Were you guys dating or were you like linking?
No, we were exclusive when I got pregnant. So we talked.
Okay. This was easy. This was easy to figure out. So she was dating Nick Young. She was dating Nick Young. Nick Young was on this team. Nick Young was Nick Young. Nick Young is the person. I'm looking at this whole list. It's nobody else but Nick Young. Ain't no way in hell. Or what you gonna tell me? She was dating Jamal Murray? Maybe. He came into the league, was getting a little money. No. She was dating Nick Young. Nick Young is the Nugget. Oh, I'm pulling heavy hitters. Nick Young is the Nugget. I would bet whatever on it. So the Nugget that she was dating that cut off, and Nick Young is the type of person to cut off if you somebody like her, because he's got a hose, he don't care. It's Nick Young. It's just Nick Young. Y'all know what I'm saying. If you know Nick Young, you get it. What I mean by that. So he's the type of person to cut off to try to start a relationship, because it's Nick fucking silly ass Young, goofy ass Young. So you know you ain't getting in no relationship or moving nowhere forward with Nick damn Young if you're messing with him. So you move on to PJ. Okay. This was easy. I thought it was gonna be a little bit of a no, you was dating Nick Young. Trust and believe it. I know it was Nick Young. I'm about to do a little bit more research, but I guarantee you it was Nick Young.
From February 2019 to February 2020. Now, I don't know what he was doing, with who he was doing it with, whatever. But we started dating February 2020. I left California April of 2020, and I moved in with him. I had my own place, but I was staying in his apartment. We were basically kind of living together already. He asked me to move in with him in the summertime. I got pregnant August 2020. So we had been a year and a half at least familiar with one another, but exclusive probably those 6-8 months.
6 to 8 months. Yeah. And did you say, was the child planned?
Yeah. I mean, my son is Paul Jermaine Washington III.
Okay.
Like, he has his father's
you guys
name.
sat down and said, I want to have a kid.
Yes, and I was on birth control for 10 years because I never wanted to go through an abortion. That was just me personally. I'm like, well, if I can prevent it, and I'd rather be safe. And again, like, I'm hot, I'm popping, I got shit going on. I'm definitely not trying to have anybody's child, right? So I got off birth control, and there was a conversation, got off birth control, I got pregnant. So it wasn't some, oops, I came in you and you got pregnant. Like, no, it was, I want a family, I want a child, we're gonna.
Brittney, that testimony is so stupid that I'm just gonna let you say it and not even respond to any of it. That was stupid. So I'm gonna recall what you just said at a later date. I'm gonna let you bury yourself a little bit more and bring that back up. I'm not about to directly respond to what you just said because it said itself. Go ahead. We'll recall that statement.
Has PJ ever done like interviews on this?
No.
At all? No. I'm just curious. Would he say the same thing?
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
I mean, the truth is the truth. You know? I mean, there's some things like, again, we can share perspective,
Right.
but the facts of the matter are he was planned. So that can't even be disputed.
I tried. So is it your testimony that after doing a video on how to trap a professional athlete that you got off birth control and dated 2 basketball players? Is this your testimony? And then you say it was planned. Well, absolutely. If you planned it on your OJ Simpson video, you planned it by saying all you have to do is trap a basketball player. The day you got off birth control, you planned to have a baby with a basketball player. Don't tell me that y'all sit up like some married couple and, do you really want to do this? I'm on birth control. No, I'll get off. I want to have a kid. Don't tell me like y'all had that conversation. You planned it. You planned it with that video. You planned it with getting off birth control. Ma'am, I don't really have to hear your testimony. We'll continue because I don't have to hear any more testimony.
You know,
I made my decision.
I always thought PJ was like kind of quiet and more to himself. So I don't actually see him ever really doing an interview. Like, I feel like now when we broke up, how everything panned out was like very public and out of character from what I knew of him. But I don't foresee him doing an interview. I don't.
Okay, so you guys break up, or no, you're together. Tell me how'd you guys split up? And you can be as detailed or not detailed as you want. You don't have to go into.
Okay. There were some things, like, so I had never gone through anybody's phone, and like because at the time I was 28, right?
Girl, you were dealing with athletes?
I never went through anybody's phone.
Never.
Except PJ's.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Because I felt like if I have to go through your phone, I already have my answer, right? And I'm not doing that. I'm not playing fucking detective, right? So I went through his phone. Again, this was the summer, like, a few months before I got pregnant. Found some stuff in his phone I didn't like. Nothing confirmed. I mean, you're just entertaining bitches. Like, okay. I had never been cheated on that I knew of, right? And I found out stuff that, like, he had sex with someone in the beginning of our relationship. But this was in March. You slept with this girl. I found out July. I'd already moved my whole life. I'm already here. Okay, well,
you moved from LA.
Yeah, because I moved from Woodland Hills. I had a condo in Woodland Hills, and I moved all my whole life to Charlotte, North Carolina, to be with him. Right. Okay. So I found out some stuff. I'm like, okay, you fucked this girl in March. All right, I love you, and I know what you've seen growing up. I've never forgiven anyone because I've never caught anyone cheating on me. But like, I understand your family dynamic, so I can. I choose to understand and to forgive you.
Okay, I don't understand his family dynamics. If you're trying to tell me that you accept him cheating because his daddy wasn't shit or his mama wasn't shit or whatever like that, let me tell you my problem with you. My issue with you is that, you know what? Continue. I'm not about to waste my time with you. Go ahead. I'll recall that.
One of my best friends, when we were talking about how we were like basically trying to get pregnant, she was like, do you think it's a good idea? Because you just found out all this stuff. right? Like the voice of reason, right? And she's like, I don't think that's a good friend.
So you were talking with your friend about getting pregnant after doing a video about getting pregnant by professional. So you mean to tell me, is it your testimony to the court that during that conversation, money never came up? When you were talking about getting pregnant, you were never talking about who was getting you pregnant and what the benefits of him getting you pregnant would be? Was that never part of the conversation? You were just talking about having a kid. You said baby fever. Let's talk about it. Yeah, okay. But and before you answer that question, let me remind you that you got on camera and gave your thoughts about having a baby. You looked at it as a check on that video. So now while you talking to your friend, you don't look at it as a check. You just look at it as a baby. Okay. PJ Washington Jr. was a business deal. I hate to say that about your son, but that's exactly what he was.
Foundation. And I was just like, no, I trust who I'm with. Like, I get it. Like, we've talked about it. I understand. And he is younger than me, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try this. I've never done this, but I'm just gonna try to overlook it and move on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and there we have it, the female echo chamber. She was talking about finding out she got pregnant, and then, find out she got cheated on, but talking to her friend about getting pregnant, and then her friend, I know the conversation was about gold digging, but let's assume it wasn't. Her friend let her say she's gonna work it out and all this stuff. Oh, I'm just gonna give him a chance and all this thing. Mother effer, the chance was the last motherfucker that cheated on you. The chance was the nigga before that cheated on you. But I wouldn't give it a chance. And like I said, we're acting right now because we're acting like y'all wasn't having a gold digging ass conversation. We're acting like y'all was having an actual wholesome conversation about your actual future and not being cheated on and being with a man. We're gonna act like that, not just a check. She let you tell her that you wanted to make it work after you just got done getting cheated on by a fucking professional athlete. If your professional athlete boyfriend is cheating on you at the beginning of the relationship, your professional athlete boyfriend is going to continue to cheat. Just say you don't care because you're trying to have a baby and gold dig. But you up in here lying to Pearl because she don't know no better. The hell?
So with that knowledge, again, this is where I have to take accountability too. I saw behaviors, I saw red flags,
Mm-hmm.
and I still chose to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I love.
And that's where you take accountability at, huh? Because you still chose to move forward because you're benefited in it, you stupid clown. You're getting paid. You're not just some single mother struggling. You're a woman who got down on a dude and he had to pay for it. So the red flags you seen didn't matter because you're getting a check. I seen the red flags. Don't talk to me like you about to break up. Pearl, you sat here and let her say all of this? I'm not. I'll tell you that.
Loved him. I don't know. I believed in him. And I guess that's where I'm a foolish woman because I just chose to believe in him.
Yeah, girl, that's La La Land.
You didn't believe nothing. What you mean you believed him? What did you believe? You didn't give me any facts to believe. You said you and your friend had a conversation about it. You said you and your friend had a conversation about it and you said you were going to give him a chance. You didn't believe shit. You believed you was going to get a check. You get pregnant. I believe, since we're talking about beliefs, I believe you getting pregnant was your get back for him, quote unquote, cheating on you. I don't think you were really in a real relationship. You cut off Nick Young or Jamal Murray to even deal with the dude. And now you're trying to tell me you was in a committed relationship. You just got done saying, why would I groom a dude? I pull heavy hitters. But now you're talking about you got cheated on by this dude who they saying you groomed. So even these young 20-year-old dudes out here ain't respecting you. So you groomed, cheated on that ass. So if you did groom them, you ain't groom them good enough. You groomed them into not giving a fuck. So, but if you was only grooming them to have a baby, then you groomed them. But if you was grooming them into your man, you didn't groom them good enough. So you want to sit up here and try to tell this lie. Pearl disappointed in you, Pearl. You let her say all this stuff.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just like, and we talked about this a little bit before.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like an NBA player, faithful. Yeah. I've seen him. I've said this before, but I've seen him at the D3 level. D3.
The nerve.
No.
The fucking nerve.
No, I mean, I just saw those guys
ain't
who
no
like
effing
move.
nerve, dummy. Let me explain something to you. First of all, women like athletes, period. They like guys that's in shape. So if you're a basketball player, you're tall. They like tall dudes and they like bodies. So no matter what the guys make, I ain't gonna say no matter what he's making, but I'm just saying if you're making any amount of money and you're in shape and you got a nice body, you're gonna be able to get some women. And you travel around the places, either whether the cities, the world, whatever states, whatever. You travel and women think you look good. Yeah, you're gonna get some women if you ain't, even if you is broke. In some cases, you'll get women if you look good. So if you look a certain way and you got a little bit of money and it's a status symbol. I play for even a D3 basketball team. If you say I play for the Lakers development team, you're doing something more than what I'm doing right now in life. You know what I'm saying? So like even if you play for the Lakers development team, it's like, oh, you play for the Lakers? You know, the Lakers development team is the Lakers. To a motherfucker that don't got no job or ain't in the NBA or ain't an athlete at all. Especially women looking for how much you make. Oh, I play for Lakers development team. How much you make? Oh, you make about 150K. You make more than the dudes at the job. You know what I'm saying? You a high value man. So hell yeah, these damn what's the names cheat. D3, college, whoever. Motherfuckers that we went to played on a high school basketball that still think they nice at 40s to still cheat.
Move around campus, and it's like that's Division III basketball. I'm thinking Division I has to be madness. The NBA has to be madness. Yeah. And firsthand, you've been dealing with these guys for like a decade. You know it's madness.
It is, and that's just where I kind of just take it on the chin, and I'm like, I believed in someone and it just didn't work out. Mm-hmm. And I know, and he knows the conversation.
Didn't I say that? Don't say that no more.
And the consistency that I.
Didn't I say don't say that no more? Stop saying didn't work out, Brittney Renner, before I throw your ass out. That is not a good way to describe relationships when you have multiple of them. If you was married for a bunch of times, bunch of years, and then it didn't work out, that's one time. You can't say it didn't work out about 12 different times. Don't say that again.
Thought, this was more than enough for me to trust it. Mm-hmm. I just believed in him. Yeah. And I can accept my responsibility in that for overlooking certain things that really.
Okay, all right. Stop saying you believed in him if you're not going to tell me none of the lies that he told. Because you telling me about yourself, and it's a lie, and I don't believe none of that. So you got to tell me the lies that you believed about him. First of all, I'm going to just tell you you're dumb for believing it, but I'm saying at least you giving me something to believe in. You said you went through his phone and found he cheated. What's there to believe about him? Did he say, no, I didn't do it? You got the evidence. What did he say? I'm not going to do it again? Is that what you're saying you believed in? What did you believe in him to where it didn't work out? Since you keep using these words, I need some context, Brittney. Tell me what he said after you found out he got cheated. Is he going to say, I'm never going to do it again? And you saying you believed him? Because if that's the case, you're dumb as hell. Okay? So what is it that you believe in?
I should have paid more attention to.
Why didn't you ever look for like this?
Listen, see, now you're stupid because you're saying you should have paid more attention, but you just told me that he's the only person who phone you went through. So you was paying attention and you found the cheating. What more attention did you need? You had a reason to go through it if you went through it. Something was telling you go through that phone. Then when you went through the phone, you found what you was looking for. What else more did you need? Do you want to walk in on him with oh my God, I can't believe you're in my bed with another chick? Was that what you needed, Brittney? I don't know what's up with you.
A normal guy with like a 9 to 5. Because it's just, guys will always say like, pay attention to what they do, not what they say. And and it's like, a lot of times we'll complain about getting like cheated on or something, right? And then, we overlook the 9 to 5 guy who won't.
I would say that, my first boyfriend I met in college, he was a regular guy and I loved him to death.
You act like when you was in college and didn't know no superstars, you were supposed to just have a millionaire ass boyfriend when all you is a broke ass college student. Of course your first boyfriend ever was a regular guy. Who the fuck you think you is?
I had dated a lawyer during that span.
Who broke up with who? College guy.
I broke up with him because it got abusive on both ends. Mm-hmm.
But this is just
I
from
don't
the
even know what that
guy's
means.
perspective. Like they're going to be like, okay, well that was the guy who.
I don't even know what that means. Listen, when I hear abusive on both ends, I feel like the woman started it. I'll tell you why. I don't condone domestics in any way, but what I'm saying is it's a difference between a domestic situation where the man is beating on the woman and then a domestic situation where they fight. Like it be them, I'll fight a nigga women, and then they'll slap you or something you do. Like, oh, you was with these bitches, and then they get mad and punch you. Like, it's a big difference between a woman that's scared of their man, like won't do nothing, like damn near scared to come home, hate when he's drunk because he'll act out a certain way. If you say the wrong thing, he'll do something to you. That's domestic. But I feel like the women who are aggressive towards their man is not necessarily a domestic. Y'all are fighting, and he hit you back. It's a big difference to me. It's a small difference to me. I don't, like I said, I ain't condoning no type of domestic, but what I'm saying it's a difference in the women who are actually being physically abused and then the women who fight their men. It's a little bit of a difference. Because women who are in domestic violence situations would never hit that guy. They're scared of him. Women who, Brittney Renner wasn't scared of that dude. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't scared of that dude. She said it was abusive on both ends. Anybody who says that, I'm willing to bet they started it. I don't think that's a situation where you like, it's not Tina Turner. Listen, if it's abusive on both ends, once you get to the point of where you hitting them back, you're going to get to the point of leaving. So ain't none of that abusive on both ends if you didn't start it. I can't go with that. I can't. I just can't go with that. You was hitting on him and he got mad, so I slapped that ass back.
It got to a place where he was very.
You was good with it. That's what happened. You was good with it while you was just hitting on him, but once he got mad, started hitting that ass back, he was Tina in the limo. You understand what I'm saying? So it was, I ain't gonna hit a woman back. I ain't gonna hit a woman back. You doing the light-skinned crazy woman nonsense. And then once he hit that ass back, it was a Tina in the limo moment. But he was Tina. I'm not gonna take this anymore. But it only took one hit from him. And then it was like, oh shit, I got it. Okay. Let me reevaluate how I'm doing things. So yeah, ain't no abusive on both ends. You was hitting him, he slapped your ass back, and then you couldn't take it no more. That didn't happen.
I mean, he was condescending and emotionally really abusive. And then it got to a place where you're pushing me, now you're bruising on my arms, and now I'm putting my hands on you because I'm trying to defend myself. And I just felt like the respect.
I don't believe it. Pushing and bruising your arms, I don't believe it. I don't, nope. She's not describing it right. Nope. She ain't describing it right. He didn't bruise your arms from a push, and then you said you put your hands on him. That's a slap. That's a punch. He didn't push you. See, you said he pushed and bruised your arms. That sounds like a defense wound. How can somebody push you? Push you? So you mean to tell me a guy just pushed you? He pushed you away. And the bruising of the arms came from you swinging and him pushing that ass away. See, you're telling on yourself. You was beating that man up. And he had a Tina in the limo moment.
Was gone. It didn't have nothing to do with whether he cheated or not. It was we are very toxic together, and I do not foresee us moving past this. Like I feel like once this is me, once that respect is lost for whatever reason, and then now y'all are putting your hands on each other, it has to end because there's only one way it's gonna.
No, ain't no food. No, see, y'all not paying attention to her. She said once that respect is lost and y'all putting your hands on each other. She was good when she was doing the slapping. Once he had his Tina in the limo moment, she felt like it was abusive now. You shouldn't have been putting your hands on that man. He defended himself. Everything she's saying sounds like defense. He was pushing, put bruises on her arms. That sounds like grabbing you. How do you put bruises on somebody's arms domestically? Was he punching her in the arm? That's a lie. He was pushing her off, grabbing her arms, saying stop. But once he realized, okay, I got to have a Tina in the limo moment, then she didn't have no more control and wanted to leave him. You beat on guys, Brittney?
It only gets progressively worse, in my opinion, in my experience. I'm not trying to find out either. You're putting your hands on me, doing all that other stuff. I don't want to see what you're capable of.
Did you file a police report at all or no?
Hell no.
No.
Because, again, it's just like from... Like a lot of times we'll say these things about guys, but it's like, the question is like me, if I'm getting punched in the face, I
wasn't getting punched in the face. It was more so you were like bruising my arms and pushing me down and little stuff like that. And I know.
She telling on herself.
If he would have punched me in the face, that would have also be a different thing. I've never been hit or punched anything ever. So yeah, I feel like it was leading up to being punched in the face. But bruises on my arms to me is a little more than enough.
And then you never hit first?
I slapped him. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but you would agree that's like mutually abusive.
No, that's what I said. I said it was. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't never said. Oh my God, no! Like it got to a place where I'm like, all right, now I'm about to start putting my hands on you too.
And that's the thing. Like I think a lot of times you actually do. You know.
Can y'all hear me? My damn microphone died. My microphone thing died. Can y'all hear what I'm saying? Because I had to replug my mic in. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Agree with like a lot of the stuff I say, which is interesting.
Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Huh? Can y'all hear me? Obviously, y'all can't. Hold on, y'all. We gotta get this microphone situation correct. You hear me? All right, bet. So yeah, because my mic died. So I had to replug it into the thing. So I can't hear myself. That's why actually y'all hear me. I don't know why this does this, but I can't hear myself. So yeah. She tripping. She making this up. And
interesting.
Why?
I was just expecting to disagree with you on like everything when you came.
Yeah.
On some level, but no, you actually are more based than I thought you were gonna be.
I like what you talk about. I think
you was expecting to disagree with her for the same reason, and I'm over here disagreeing with her. You giving her a pass on all this dumb shit. Why you ain't started disagreeing yet, Pearl?
That it's foreign to me because, and I would say probably a lot of females as well, because I can honestly say, I'll speak for myself because I don't want to speak for everybody, but I never thought about it. I never thought about how men feel. I never thought about, biologically speaking, what makes sense. I never thought about how in marriage, you know, especially if the man makes more, that it's kind of a shitty contract on their end. I know business. That doesn't make sense, you know, unless we're signing prenups, right? So it's just like, since I've been listening to your content and I knew I was going to get on here, I've started to like you a lot more, right? It's easy to just kind of take a clip from you and be like, oh my God, she's this, she's that. I personally like you. Like, your personality is why I got on a 7-hour flight. And I knew that even though I may not agree, and I think that, and not even about agreeing, even though I may not just limit it to just that, like that perspective, I respect it. And I think it's true. There's really not a lot of stuff I think is untrue. And I just have told you, even when we were speaking off camera, that this is a newer mentality. I don't know what this mentality would mean to society as a whole. We kind of talked about the arrangement.
It's a newer mentality because you're trying something new, because you ran out of options. You remind me of Amber Rose, who I should bring to court. I'm about to bring Amber Rose to court next. Yes, we are. The prosecutor will be murder mode. We're bringing Amber Rose to court next because you're like her. See, y'all done did a lot of running through of dudes, but then now y'all want one. Amber Rose, you dated Kanye. You dated James Harden. You got a baby by Wiz. It's some baseball player guy that I'm forgetting about. How many high-value motherfuckers you want? You done got them all. If I add up the net worth of all the men you done dealt with, lady, you done had sex with $1 billion. Lady, you done had billionaire dick. Now you talking about you want someone tall that's 6 foot with tattoos and agnostic, and shut the hell up, Amber Rose. But we gonna see you in court too. I figured it out. You're gonna be in court.
Marriages and what would that mean for society as a whole, right? And I can't remember the verbiage you used when we were talking about how the arranged marriages and how women, if we had dreams and stuff we wanted to explore on our own, what that outcome would look like. You said the term. I don't remember the term you used though. Okay. But no, it's like, I get it. And all I can do is just be honest about, like, this is the expression that that is coded within me. And I am willing to accept the consequences that comes behind it. So I don't ask for, people to look at me through a different lens. I'm just kind of here to be myself and just showcase another perspective. That's really it.
So I'm thinking, so you do the looking back, was there anything that you would do differently? And is there a different advice that you would give to a 20-year-old girl that has the same opportunities that you did?
Why is somebody going to take her? She already gave them advice. If you want to trap an NBA player, do what she did. What advice is she going to give? I almost don't even want to hit play. Because what's she going to say? Let's go. Let's not judge the book by the cover. Let's see if she knows something.
I think the biggest thing that I would want to do differently is
avoid the athletes.
Well, I will say, I have to be honest with myself because I think it's easy to take the cliche route and say, like, I would do nothing differently. Now, from the wisdom I have acquired, no, I would not change this wisdom for a clean slate. And that's just the God honest truth. But I will say to 20-year-olds and even to my 20-year-old self,
well, the interesting thing here is who's determining that you're wise? Because I'm right here listening to you, and that's not the vibe that I'm getting from you. So, you know, what you call wisdom, one man's trash is another man's treasure, but you're the one that's calling it a treasure. I threw it out.
I hate how I allowed myself to just be like used up by men. And that came from a lack of self-worth. I did not understand my value that I was born with. I didn't. And I gave, again, people look at sex differently, but sex is spiritual unification. At the end of the day, I don't care how you spin it. It's spiritual.
For women.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah,
for
women.
whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. For women, it's spiritual unification. And people that I shared my body with.
No, Pearl said it. It's for women. I wasn't even going to speak on it. But since Pearl did, I'm going to go ahead and let her have it. She's right. She's talking about for women. That's what it is for women. We are not like that. But Pearl corrected her. I didn't even have to say nothing. I wasn't going to say nothing. But Pearl said it. So, right.
When I think about my list, it's repulsive because they didn't deserve it. But that was an outcome of me discounting my worth. And it's disgusting. I hate even having that spiritual tie in any type of way. But yeah, I would absolutely change sexually how I move around. And not even necessarily because of like the societal outcome. It's more so from my self-worth.
Like, how it makes you like feel.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good knowing that you gave a sacred part of you to a man that looked at sex with you as taking a piss. It's not fulfilling. It's disgusting to think about. And I feel like I've beat myself up every single day for my decisions. And what people say about me online holds no candle to what I've told myself on a daily basis. Like I've been called worse by better, and that better be me. Like I have talked down to myself, and I felt like I was unworthy for a very long time. And I would say this is more.
No. See, no, it's a difference between you saying it and me saying it. It's like one of them things where somebody's in a roast session and they'd be like, well, no, I know my shoes is dirty, but you can't. No, let me talk about the shoes. Don't try to throw it in there so I can't talk about it. I'm about to talk about it. I had some jokes about the shoes. Don't just try to call them dirty so I won't talk about it. We see the shoes. That's why I'm about to roast them. So don't tell yourself what you is. Let me tell you. The hell?
More of a recent awareness.
Because
like in the past
people
year.
say self-accountability is the realest form. That's not true if you just keep telling yourself the same shit, but then you're still doing it. So that means you know better, but then you're not acting it. That's when another kind of type of accountability is more effective than you telling yourself. Then someone else telling you is more effective because you already know this shit. So I had to come and tell you. Like, yo, what? You said, huh? You know damn well better than that. And then it may hit you because you're like, you're right, I do. But if I never told you, you just would have kept living in your own delusion. Because some people know stuff, but then they find ways to blame it on other people, like she's doing. I'm trying to tell you, she blamed it on the media. She said her first thing was a misdirected tweet, did the wrong tweet on it, photoshopped it, Man Crush Monday, they blew it out of proportion, all these things. It was everybody else's fault. So she's literally taking self-accountability, but blaming the shit on other people at the same time. No, can't let you rock out like this, Brittney.
Where I'm like, Brittney, you were always enough. Like, you never had to seek validation outside of you. You never had to look that far. Mm-hmm. And that's what I would tell myself. I would and try to tell women, you should really think about who you're laying down with. Mm-hmm. Like, and that is a more traditional view, but it's like, sex is not even worth it if they don't give a fuck about you. Mm-hmm. They don't care about you. They have no desire to.
The reason why I'm laughing is because I don't think that that's all the way true. And the reason why is because people exchange sex for things. So, like, if you're dealing with somebody that's paying your rent or whatever, to you, it is worth it at the time. So, like, she accepted all of these trades, but then now she's saying it's not worth it, but it was worth it to you when you were accepting the trades. So it's like I just did that video about Cardi. She said she fighting over her man. This the man that's providing for her, giving her this and that. Like, yeah, he cheating, but she's already took the deal. So now she gonna punch you in your mouth for trying to stop it. I can't be mad at her for that. You know what I'm saying? But with Brittney, she acted like she didn't take the deal. She talked about PJ cheating on her, all these things. You can't tell me that you're a gold digger and you care about your emotions or how these men treat you too. No, you're treating them away. You're treating them away. You was messing with Nick Young, then you start messing with him. You got off birth control. You're treating them away. Don't say they're treating you away.
They don't want to know your favorite color. They don't give a shit. So why do you want them over top of you? Mm-hmm. Again, that's
I'm gonna tell you why. See, look, it's funny that she said that because women online get on my fucking nerves. So when y'all talk about men with money, they always act like things that really be involved in money make this guy such a better man. Here's what I mean by that, if y'all don't get what I'm trying to say. Oh, guys with money don't ever ask about 50-50 or going Dutch on a date. Guys with money don't ever talk like that. Y'all act like they doing that like the money made them a better man. No, guys with money don't ever talk about all this stuff that comes with money because they're just paying it. So it's not that they're such better man or better this, that, and the third. They just have the money. Just like motherfuckers who are broke as hell gonna get their taxes and order Chinese food and Domino's pizza every day. They don't got the money. When they get it, they're gonna spend it and use it. So hell yeah, dudes with money don't act like that, don't talk like that, because they have money. They're not a better man or a better nothing. They just have more money, so they spend it. So she's saying this, but really, it's almost like a lot of women are forced to deal with dudes with money, and that don't build you character. So you're a piece of shit, but you pay for everything. And them was the type of dudes that she was dealing with.
Feeling used up. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's why the used
goods... hold on, stop. Men with money know this. They know they're a tool. You think these guys at the strip club taking $10,000 to throw money at the strip club, they think they're not women seeing that? When this guy buys this chain, when guy buys this ice, when this guy buys this glasses with the ice in them, you think these guys don't know what they're doing? Men know that men with money know that the money's a tool. Anybody that has any type of tool to get with the opposite sex, no matter what it is, you know you have this tool, and you know that this tool is an effective tool. Men with money know that the money's an effective tool. They even dirty Mac with it. You dealing with that broke ass dude? Come on, ladies in this chat. You ain't never had a dude tell you, "Are you dealing with that nigga? I could do this and that." So men with money know they got the money. You know what I'm saying? So she's crazy if she thinks that she's selling this to anybody. These women dealing with the money, not the personality.
Comments, they sting. Because you know what? There are times I felt like that. I feel like the new toy that now is unexciting and put away in a box. So I just have to accept.
Like all them kitchen sets y'all bought y'all sons last year to prove a point. Damn kitchen set ain't been played with since last Christmas.
What I've done and move forward with this awareness and just know that, okay, the guy that I'm that most likely that I'm not looking for a husband. I'm looking for my husband, and there's a difference.
Mhm.
That guy,
Yeah, A is just A, and then my is MY. Don't you're not at the wordplay with me. But I get what you're saying. You're saying what a lot of women say, which would be true. You're saying you can get a man, right? But you want the one that's perfect for you. But let me tell you something, Brittney. You've had hundreds of these niggas. You've already got your shot. I guarantee you, the most perfect person in the world, you've already met. Listen, you're not going to meet someone better than someone you've already slept with. You know that. And if you meet someone better than someone you've already slept with, he's not going to want you because of your reputation. And you know that too. So I don't know who my husband and a husband is. I don't know the difference in your wordplay. I know a lot of wordplay. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Because what's the difference? Are you saying that you want a guy that's going to accept your past and all that shit? I feel like when I press unpause, this is what we're about to hear. Is this what we're about to get into, Britt?
it'll be a very small percentage, and I'm okay with that. I'm at peace, and I'm at peace with the things I've done.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, moving forward, like talking to any girl, to you,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever's listening,
Mm-hmm.
it's like,
Me.
you really should think about
Mm-hmm.
why you're doing what you're doing. Really think about, why am I attracting that? What part of me is resonating with
Mm-hmm.
a guy like that?
Mm-hmm.
They will never do that. Women will never be like, yo, why is only fuckboys trying to holler at me? But then be like, it's me. It's the fuckboys. You know how, listen, this is what pisses me off about people. People not understanding how easy it is to blame other people for shit. Do you know how easy it is to blame other people? That's one of the easiest things to do, is blame someone else. Like, yo, that's not my fault. If it wasn't for this, that. Like, come on now. So it's easy to do what she's doing right now.
If you have all these complaints about him, what's resonating with him? Really analyzing what you're doing. That's what I would suggest.
Ain't nobody.
So why don't? Because in my head, like, why wouldn't you avoid this? If you could go back, you wouldn't avoid the situations. Because I thought in the beginning you said that like you wouldn't change it because of the wisdom you've acquired. But to me, it's like, oh my god, if I knew what I know now, like I probably would have waited till I was married.
No, I
Because she's stupid, Pearl. Let me answer that question. I don't want to hear from her. What she's doing is trying to say that she learned from her mistakes. So she'd keep the wisdom, so she'd keep the mistakes. As far as I'm concerned, I'd rather be a little dumber than go through some of the shit I went through. Fuck it. I learned it from somewhere else. I'd rather be a little dumber than some of the shit I done went through. And she should be that way too, but she's not. Up here, like you said, she's hell and wholesome. But she's not, because she's still blaming men. Like, this is a weird type of accountability, because she's being accountable, but for every little bit of accountability, she's blaming men. It's kind of weird what she's doing. She thinks ain't nobody catching on to this shit, but I am. I see it in real time.
I get that. And I understand that. I think that I have a very influential voice, and I have grown to be a voice for women who have gone through what I've gone through and experienced what I've experienced. And all
the question is, did they went through and experience what you experienced for the same reasons? Were they just out here chasing the bag, but they don't want to blame the men? It's a lot of women like that. See, this is my problem. This video gonna be 100 hours long. Listen, so this is what I don't like. The women who don't accept the deal. If we talking to women who just want a man, don't want him to cheat, okay, we are having a different conversation than what we're talking about right now with you. You're in a different box. I'm talking about the women who's like, these niggas ain't shit, but it still get them for their stuff or whatever. Might sell, whatever. Them women don't need to be complaining. You already know what it is, and you're out here getting these men. So once it happens to you, you got to take your L, because you've been giving them out. Just get the next nigga. That's what she did. She went from an NBA player to another basketball player, but then talking about she got cheated on. Girl, if you don't get your life. So a lot of women are going through this stuff, but they're not acting like they're accepting the deal. Yeah, these dudes ain't shit, but you ain't shit either. So when something happens bad to you, don't complain about it. Like I said, if you just out here not like these women, just trying to get one man and then that one guy cheat on you, okay. We ain't talking about that. We talking about the women out here using men for money, but they complaining when something get done to them. Nah, you in the game. You in the game. So take everything that happens with the game, the good, the bad, the ugly.
So I can't speak for the majority because my situation still isn't even average, right? And I'm aware of that. But my voice is important, just like your voice is important. And that's why I would not want to change anything because I don't know what this is a very tough spot to be in, right? Because you're figuring it out. You have people who are also trying to figure it out. And it's like, I'm needed in this space because
I ain't gonna lie. She is. Let me tell you why she's needed in this space. Because, and I'm gonna do a whole video about this shit. I'm gonna call it why online dating shows will never help people. Or something like that. I'm gonna name it something like that. But the reason why she's needed is because it's a lot of women like her. I ain't saying gold digger, I ain't talking about hoe or none of that. It's a lot of women who are like her. And they don't have an outlet to speak because they're just going along with something everybody else says. You got to align yourself with what's being said. Why you think Superhead got popular? It's a lot of women like her. Not porno stars, but I'm saying it's a lot of women who are viewed sexually or have been sexualized by men. And it's a lot of women who have been sexualized by men, and then that's how they continue to get attention. It's a lot of women who get attention and they want it. So they go with whatever attention is to them. So they'll be a stripper. They'll be a this. They'll be a that. They'll be a hoe. But then, and you, Brittney.
My voice guides those women that you guys talk about, right? So that's why I wouldn't change it because there's a greater.
You know what I'm saying? She said it. That's why I wanted to hear her keep talking. She said, I've guided those women that you guys talk about. Now, the fact that a person like her would be their guidance is a problem. Just like the Cardi B video we did. Please go watch that video that I did about LaPeep. They was trying to say, well, one person was trying to say Cardi isn't a representative of the culture. And I went off. Yes, the hell she is. So is Brittney Renner. And so it's a lot of women who are like city girls, modern women, whatever, and they listen to these women. So like, you need people even saying the word accountable to women. Even her, after she said accountable, she started talking about why it was everybody else's fault. But even hearing it, a lot of women need to even hear it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women don't even say that word.
Picture, even in like I told you, my last relationship. Had the Bentley, had the house, had the kid. And it wasn't enough. Okay? So it may be a small percentage of us women who feel this way, but I feel like that's the voice that I represent.
Oh, no. Oh,
you
no.
know?
There's a large percentage of
women. Okay. Well, I don't know.
They're predicting that 45% of women will be single and childless by 2030. Yeah. So much so that big banks are investing in like cat food, wine, like things that go with like single women.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, a big percentage.
I can't believe what I just heard. I'm about to do a stock. They said people investing in shit that goes with single women because women are going to be single. I'm about to invest in some shit. This Lifetime Movies publicly traded stock. I got to get in where I fit in.
I feel like my voice does matter to navigate through this space for them.
So it's like, again, it's such a small percentage of men that you're like looking for now.
I know.
Yeah. How do you want to navigate that, like moving forward? Do you even want to date like right now? Because you
Pearl, you being real nice to this girl, but don't worry, I got it. I got you, Pearl. I know what you're doing. I respect it, but I got you. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna play good cop, bad cop. You're the good cop.
So I know some people when their kids are young, like just don't want to date. How do you like feel about that?
I think it has more to do with where I'm at emotionally, and it's not even like a jaded thing, right? It's more of,
yes, it is.
I know my value. I can have one conversation with a guy now, and I know exactly what he's about. So most of the guys that have presented themselves in front of me just want to fuck me. I'm not interested in that.
There's so much to say about what she just said, and I'm not gonna say any of it. I'll tell you that now.
And I'm going to keep an open mind, and I'm going to keep an open heart. But I know by how a man approaches me, how he speaks to me, I know that there's that he wants more with me. It is just, I know. So that's where I'm like, I'm not going on dates right now. I'm not talking. I don't have somebody that we talk every few days, every day. I have no masculine energy besides like my family, our family friend Jerry. I have no masculine energy in my sphere, in my bubble. I don't, because I think I focused on men and just dick in general for a very long time. And now I'm just going to get to the business. I understand that the window, the percentage, it's.
You know what's funny about what she just said? Dick and men is her business. So she talking about she focused on dicks and men for a long time. That's got you where you at. What business you gonna focus on now? You better keep focusing on dick and men. That's what got you where you is.
It's changed a lot from when I was 22. So all I can do is kind of equip myself financially, take advantage of the opportunities I have now to set myself up. Because I can't rely on a man and someone coming to save me. I can only save myself now. So that's why dating's not a focal point, but I'm not like turning guys away that actually want to get to know me, like the real me, not just want to fuck me and say all the right things and fuck me, because I can see through that too.
Now, I want to point out something that we didn't catch on to. The question was about her child, but she never mentioned her child. It was about dating with a child, but she started talking about herself because she don't really care.
So I just use discernment now, where I'm like, no guys even really try to talk to me. Like, or I should say, no guys that.
I was like, I don't.
No. Of course, guys. No. I'm saying, of course, there's guys in my DM, like random people. Yeah. But guys that I would be interested in, there's really nobody trying to talk to me like that, and that's okay.
What piques your interest, Britt? What do you like? Are you saying there's no rappers or athletes? Because all I've known you to mess with is athletes. So you're saying there's no NBA players in your DM. Maybe they're trying to keep their bread. Maybe that's what it is. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure, like, if I was an NBA player, I'm just trying to put myself in NBA player mind. No, I'm not going to DM you.
Nope. Would you date a guy that's a normal 9 to... Okay. Would you date a guy makes $40,000 per year?
No.
And he's not hot. He's just like, all right. Average guy.
Average guy?
He has a little beer. He's like skinny, little beer belly.
No.
Why did she just do that? Pearl, what are you playing games with grown-ass people for? You describing the worst of the dudes. He ain't even in. If he's broke, he could be a little muscular. You ain't give him no good qualities. He was broke with a bad body. Like, why would she date him? No, she's not gonna date him. I'm not gonna let her date him. What you mean?
I take care of myself. I'm in the gym 4 to 5 times a week. At whatever his salary is, to me, I feel like I still want to be attracted to the person that I'm with. And $45,000, well, you could be in the gym. A gym membership's $20 a month. So if I had a kid a year and a half ago. I look damn good. So it's like, I would want someone who takes care of their body. So the beer belly is kind of where he lost me. It wasn't even really the money thing. It was like the attractiveness.
What if he was like dead in the face, but jacked? $40,000 a year.
No, I don't like what I'm looking at.
Pearl hilarious. Pearl funny as hell. Stop playing with grown people. Now he ugly with a nice body and 40,000. No, you don't have a nice body if you're ugly to certain women. Well, that's untrue. Women like bodies. A lot of y'all supermodel dudes, them niggas don't look good. Y'all like Wesley looking niggas.
And men, like, especially too, as they get older, like, I like the salt and pepper. Like, they get sexier. Like, I don't want to date someone that I'm not attracted to.
Would you date someone like 20, 30 years older? 30 years older.
I dare you to say no. I dare you.
He's salt and pepper and fine? Probably.
He's okay.
You'd have said no, your ass was about to catch all hell. I'm telling you now. We was gonna have to adjourn court after I went off.
Because it's just like, even when girls say they're like bringing down their standard, it's like, do we really?
I
Like,
think I think I'm like,
you know what percent of men most women find unattractive?
what?
Not just okay, unattractive.
Okay, what?
80. You probably find 80% of men unattractive. So even if like just, and that's why I say like, even if you find a guy attractive, like you just think he's fine, that means other girls think he's fine. That's top 20% of men.
After hearing what I think what women find attractive, that doesn't surprise me because they don't even like short dudes. So half of the culture's just dismissed off height. That shit gonna backfire on women so bad. I can't wait till like 3 years down the social media line to hear all these women talking about height, not still have a man, because that shit's so stupid. I promise that's the dumbest shit. Next time I go to Vegas,
and it kind of just puts us in the same predicament where it's like through our 20s, like this is what the guys are complaining about. It's like, okay, through our 20s, we're gonna sleep around with the rappers, the entertainers, and maybe like, you know, most girls, I would say, I know the manosphere says differently, don't have access to the guys you would access to, right? But it could be like the town rapper, the town, like whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
And those guys will never commit, and if they do commit, they'll probably cheat. And then we come at 30 and say, take me now, maybe with a kid from someone.
Yeah.
And it's like the guy comes in and feels like he's like settled for, because the guys you really wanted were in your 20s. And it's kind of like what you're saying is kind of reiterating this, because you just said now, like you don't have.
I never heard a man say that. It's probably true, but I just think people just don't have men just don't talk like that to each other. I've never heard a man say that. I believe it. I believe that it's true. I've just never heard it out loud. Like a man say, oh, she's got a kid, so I feel like she settled for me. What? That don't even sound like no man shit. I've never heard a man say that. And like I said, I get the concept of it. It's some truth to what she's saying. I just never heard it said by nobody.
Have the guys you want in your DMs anymore.
Correct, but this is how it's meant to be, because a lot of people have villainized me and I've played into that. Actually, I'm gonna say people have villainized me and I have villainized myself because it's
okay. Because I was just about to hit this pause button and you got it out before I got on your ass. So okay, don't make me hit this pause button again. You better keep talking as fast as you talk, because I was about to hop on your ass for saying that. So I'm ignoring the first part, and you have villainized yourself. Okay, we heard you.
It's like, well, instead of fighting against it and, you know, I don't know, trying to convince people I'm actually a good-hearted person, it's easier to just be the villain. So I do feel like the villain element is a lot of, I would say more so what guys fear, right? Because they're thinking she's going to hurt me, she's going to write about me, she's going to this. So to be honest, I wasn't meant to be with any of those guys in my 20s. Like, it wasn't a match. Like, there's nobody then that I'm like, I wish they would take me seriously now. No. Like, I like them the same reason they like me. I'm trophy.
Okay, let me explain something to you about that. I get it, but the point is because they weren't looking for you in that fashion. So, of course, none of the guys that you were hooking up with in the 20s would you see a life with, because you were temporary to them. So when you think about them, you think of something temporary because that's what they were to you. And like you said it. You caught me before I got on your ass again. You said you looked at them the same way they looked at you. It was temporary. So, of course, you're not about to look back at somebody you just had a one-night stand with and, oh, I wish he would have. No, you don't wish he would have nothing. You don't wish Nick Young would have did nothing. He's a piece of shit with some money. Men know that, and men are men. So women got to know it. So what are you talking about?
Trophy pussy to them, and they're basically trophy dick to me. We both got what we wanted. I mean, essentially, we wanted to have sex. That worked. I mean, yeah, you have sex and you maybe want to start being in a relationship, but you don't. No. I didn't fucking know them like that. There's a lot of guys I didn't really know on that level to even it makes sense. So it's not even like you were saying. I'm trying to think of the sentence you said before we started this conversation, though. This topic. So it's not even that I'm like, oh, I wish I had those options. It's just more so like that shit was shallow anyways. Everything was shallow about it. Like, you didn't really want to get to know me from me.
Yeah, but that's like the woman's point of view. You know what I mean? Like,
but they didn't want to get.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't, Pearl. It's the man's point of view. She just said it. She said, "You don't really want to get to know me from me." She's right. What you mean? That's a woman's point of view. No, that's the man who one night stand hit and quit you's perspective. They wanted that pussy and they didn't want nothing else. What are you talking about, Pearl?
If they wanted to get to know me from me, it'd have been a little different.
Right. No, but I'm saying, like, from the men's point of view, it's going to be, and this is just, you know, again, what the guys are saying.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, you made all those, like, you let all those guys hit for free, and now I got to do all this.
Well, it's not even.
We're not even talking about them dudes. Fuck them dudes. Them be the dudes who not even going to get a shot. We talking about the dudes who was hitting it. They don't care. You talking about some incel dude who can't even afford it. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the millionaire dudes who's not gonna do it. Because anybody that she's interested in is probably gonna have some money. And he ain't gonna want to do it. And money not gonna be the issue.
I don't even look at it as, well, you did it for free, because I'm not a prostitute. Like, and I'm not a glorified escort.
Right,
either.
and that might not be how you look at it,
okay.
but
that's crazy to me.
This is just how, like, this is how men see it. It's like it's like,
what are you then? No. You said you're not a prostitute and you're not a glorified escort. Which there is a lot of those. If you don't know, there's a lot of glorified escorts on social media giving advice. Some of them chicks that's on Love and Hip, I ain't gonna mention no names. I literally know somebody that dealt with one of these chicks. A chick from Love and Hip Hop. I seen her on social media talking about what men should do with money and providing and all this shit. But she sells herself. And a lot of women don't sell themselves, but be listening to this shit like, yeah, niggas supposed to do that for me too. But you ain't even gonna do what it takes to get it. So the glorified escort is really like the women who be talking about their bills getting paid and talking about the Birkin bags, but not saying what they're doing. And it's a lot of those. And it be the women who don't sell themselves at all, liking they post. Like, yo, no, she sells pussy, chick. Make your own post and say the same stuff. Don't agree with hers.
Okay. Blessing. You took your girl on dates, right? Yeah. How would you feel? If you took her on, let's say, 5 dates before you hit? I don't know what y'all did. I'm not.
Yeah, she knows.
And then you found out that you're Bob down the street.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because I tried to give her a little bit of a pass. She's a glorified escort because of that video she did. But like I said, we didn't already convicted her. She's O.J. Simpson. She did What If I Did It. So she already done exposed herself. So she's a liar. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I said I was going to recall her testimony of people calling her a liar. I didn't say that I was going to do it throughout the whole fucking video. I didn't know I was going to have to recall that beginning testimony like 10 different times. I knew I was going to do it. I didn't know I was going to have to keep doing it. She brung up people calling her a liar because of that. She's lying right now. So, you know, it is what it is.
Without taking her on shit.
Because she don't know no better.
Like, it hurts. It's like, it hurts the man's ego.
No, that's fine.
And it hurts. It's not insecurity either. It's just like,
that's where I have to come in and say
some dumb shit.
Okay. Like, I'm not saying your ego shouldn't be hurt. Mm-hmm. I'm saying you're not somebody that is even like, we're not on each other's radar. Mm-hmm. So the man that I want can't care about who the fuck I went on it, who I did what with. And that's a small percentage. So that's why it's like him saying that.
I'm not mad at her for saying this at all. And the reason why I'm not is because I don't know why I'm not mad at her. I probably should be. But what she's saying is that if a guy's going to date her, he can't be insecure about her past, right? And I get that. I understand that. But what she's saying, like, what she's ignoring is that how many people will be. But I guess she don't care because the one person that's going to date her can't be, which is true if you know who she is. She dumb enough to tell you.
He's allowed to feel that way. I mean, that's fine. Like, you're not on my radar.
But I think the point is like all men think like this.
I'm not going to generalize all. I just can't. Like, we can say majority.
No. Pearl said it the right way. All men. Listen. This is what you got to do when we talk about a situation like this. We have to say all men and then deal with the outliers. Because it's a small percentage of people who don't think like this. So we might as well generalize when it's a big majority. So all men think like this. So the one, not me, somebody could say not me in the comments and all that shit. But we'll deal with him individually. But it's enough men to say all and then deal with the few outliers that don't feel that way. So all men think like that when it comes to turning a hoe into a housewife. The men who don't think like that are hoes themselves, so they just don't care.
But I'm not going to generalize and say all. Because it's like, what my biggest issue is like, once you hit a certain age, you're no good. Okay, so women, we hit 30 and we're basically useless to society. Okay, to most men, that's how they're going to feel. That our life still has to go on.
I would say not most men don't feel that way.
I don't subscribe to that. That's some shit that goes around on the manosphere. 30. I don't think 30. I'm not going to say 30. Some of these 50-year-old chicks need to sit their stupid asses down. But 30, it ain't over at 30. A lot of people say it is. It's not over at no damn 30. Like, chill out. People say, oh, that's old to get married. Maybe so. I don't see it that way. I just don't see it that way. Some of these 50-year-old chicks, some of these 45-year-old chicks, man, you don't calm your old ass down, sis. But 30, no, I can't go with 30. Being super old in the day.
Again, it's the men that we want that feel that way because those men have options. 80% of men women find unattractive. Those men will date 30-year-olds. They'll date single mothers. They'll do all of it. It's the 20% of men that we want when they say, okay, single mom or no single mom. I'm going to pick no single mom because it's just less headache. Yeah. If I could pick a 22-year-old or a 32-year-old, I'm going to pick a 22-year-old. It's not to say nobody gets through, but just like on a balance of probabilities.
No, and that's fine. I
think the men sometimes get frustrated with us because they feel like we've been sold this fairy tale that's just not real, and these men are not real. Like to them, and that's where they come in and say like women are delusional for like.
And when I do my video, why dating shows won't help the dating market, y'all will understand why women aren't really all that delusional as people try to make it seem when they talk about money. It's a factor that nobody on any dating show ever talks about. Not Kendra G, not Kevin Samuels, not none of these fakes, not nobody. No online dating show has ever addressed what I'm about to talk about in my next live video. It is going to be an eye-opener to why this shit will never help nobody if it doesn't change the format. It's a specific thing that needs to be talked about when you're talking to women. And if you don't talk about it or shy away from the conversation, nothing will ever help anyone. So tune in for my next live.
Wanting these things.
I mean, and from their perspective, that's valid. That I don't have to, like, if that's however, whatever percentage men you want to say that's how they feel. You're saying all. I'm saying I'm not gonna categorize and say all. I don't think all of anything.
I'll give you 5%.
Okay, 5%. Okay, well then I'm only concerned about the 5. Like I have no like I'm not Jehovah's Witness. I'm not here to convert. You guys shouldn't think this way about me. You should see me as this. See my value. I don't need that.
And I'm not saying like there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
you're
it just is what it is.
You're where you're at. You can't undo the men you slept with.
Yeah, and I don't want to. It just is what it is.
You have a child, so you can't undo any of that. There's no point in harping about it. And I think that's the point you generally try to make.
Yeah, is that I accept the repercussions of my decisions. Good, bad, or indifferent.
But my only point is I'm just trying to like let you know this is how the men see it and this is what they're talking about in the red pill.
I get it.
Okay, what were your biggest disagreements with me before you met me?
Biggest disagreements?
Or anything on the show that you've...
Let me tell you how I know she's about to be fake. And I can sense fake people. I don't like this gift, but it's a gift, and I use it. So here's how I know she's about to be fake. She says she started watching her preparing to come on to the set. So therefore, she don't even really know shit. So she's making up something to go off what she's seen on a clip that she only watched because she was about to do this interview. So go ahead and lie some more.
That you've disagreed with that I said.
I think there were maybe 3 things.
Okay.
The first, well, I had only watched one video on your Instagram.
Okay.
Exactly. Continue. I'm not going to cut you off no more. Go ahead. Get your list.
Because I didn't want to do too deep of a dive just yet, right? And it was the women aren't entitled to safety. And I think it's triggering because, like, you think of, like, well, why do I have to fear going down a dark alley, right? But then when you actually think about it, none of us are entitled to safety. So,
nah, that's an interesting ass quote. Pearl said women aren't entitled to safety. I think what she means is this. Okay, get down like this. Let's say I'm walking down the street. I'm at a bar. And a guy and a girl get into an argument. She slaps him. He punches her twice. What Pearl is saying, that is not my obligation to stop that scenario as a man. Like just a random guy on the show. Most guys, not most guys. It's a lot of guys that will. It's a lot of guys that under no circumstance will they ever sit there and with a woman getting hit by another guy. They're going to jump in. Whoever it is, they don't give a damn. They're fighting, stranger, family member, brother, cousin, whoever. They're not about to let a woman get hit in their presence, period. But it's some men who are going to mind their damn business. And so what Pearl is saying is women are not entitled for men to step in and stop you from getting attacked. A lot of guys that disagree with it, but a lot of them would mind their damn business in that scenario. Me, I play it by ear. I go off the scenario of the situation. If the guy is just a huge ass big motherfucker, I'm gonna probably try to stop you from hurting her. If y'all are a couple, like I can tell y'all are together, I'm gonna probably mind my business. Reason being, because I think y'all fight all the time. If y'all doing this in public, y'all do this in private. And it's not y'all first fight. So I'm not about to tell him, chill out, bro. And then y'all about to end up makeup sex tonight. So I play it by ear if I'm even getting in anybody's business. But so what Pearl means by women aren't entitled to protection, they're talking about from stranger ass women. Stranger ass men. Because I got 5 sisters and a daughter. You will not be here on this earth anymore if you do the wrong thing to one of them. You understand what I'm saying? So I get it, but not like random ass people. Like I don't know you and I'm not supposed to put my life on the line for your ass just because. You're not entitled to that from a man. Just women are unprotected. Okay, get a gun or get a man. You know, but in a lot of scenarios, I will be like, come on, man, chill out, man. But a lot of cases, I will also mind my effing business. I just posted a story of some women fighting. It was a dude on the phone. Well, he was just sitting there. They started fighting. He answered his call and walked away. Nothing ever happened. Why? It's not his obligation to protect any of these stranger ass women. It was girls fighting each other, but I'm just saying, had it even been a dude in that mix, what is he gonna do? He's a stranger. I don't know y'all. I'm not. He mess around and try to holler at y'all, and it'd be get the fuck out my face. These broke ass niggas always trying to holler at me and all this shit. But now when somebody jump on that ass, you want some protection from the same dude. You're not. That's not required. So I get what Pearl's saying when she say that. It's true.
So that statement is actually true. So that was one thing. So I kind of went through my own thought process as we move forward. I don't even know.
So many people triggered over that one.
Yeah, because it's like you do want to be like, well, why can't I go down an alley at 1 a.m? Well,
that's a hell of a comment to just throw out there. Women are not required for protection. No, you got to explain it like I did. I just spent like 10 minutes talking about that. You got to break that down. You can't just say that.
You can, but whatever. But I think the other thing we had on the show,
like a person could twist that into you condoning domestic. You say women ain't required protection. No, you got to break that down. You say that, Pearl. That ain't just a shock value comment to say. You can't just throw that out there. You got to break that down.
Joe, again, I don't disagree with. Okay, maybe the fat comments aren't that nice.
I can't say it.
I would say that
the large majestic
creatures.
I
don't think they're nice. I get
they started though.
Okay, but I mean, so I get you trying to defend yourself, and like when somebody says something mean to you, or again, if someone's not nice to you, you're gonna be not nice back. So even from your perspective,
the comment that she's talking about is Pearl saying that it's no such thing as being a 300-pound attractive woman. She said being fat is not attractive. That's what Pearl said. And this is what she's talking about right now.
I still get it. It's like you attack me. Well, you're going to hit me. I'm going below the belt. You're going low. I'm going to hell. You know what I mean?
And what Pearl is saying is that the fat chicks be on her head. She said that in another video. She said she get the most pushback from big women.
So I also, even though I don't agree, I understand. Because if you're going to talk about me, I'm going to talk about you too, right? And I think the only thing during our talk with Andrew that I think I got maybe a little hyper was when we were talking about the child support stuff. And that's just because that is a close to home topic. And it is a very, it is a topic that is, to me, is talked about a lot. And people who don't have a fucking kid, who aren't going through this process, the lawyers, the custody, child support, all that stuff, you don't have a fucking clue, you know?
You know what? Let me agree with her while I can. Because that's what I hate about the internet. And anybody that knows me know I say this shit all the time. The problem with the internet is that everybody gets to agree at the same time. So you got people in your business that shouldn't be in your damn business. You ain't even got no kids. Shut your ass up about what child support, childbirth, this, that, what men do with their kids. You don't even got no damn kids. Shut your punk ass up. You ain't doing nothing but continuing an argument or perpetuating an argument. So I agree with her there. People in their damn mouth about stuff that this not even involved with. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't even involved with you, but you just running your mouth. I hate when people do that shit. So she's right about that.
Every state has different laws. So I think that was the only thing where I felt kind of hyper, but we talked about that like on the show. We kind of got into that stuff and why I felt the way I felt. So I don't know. I like you. I'm gonna be honest. Like I definitely want to shoot more stuff together and.
The pair of nobody saw coming.
Yeah, like I think you're cool as fuck. So I don't know. Like I think that I watched a lot of videos about you on TikTok. People were very like ugly to you. And I don't think they really see your personality.
Yo, Pearl is banned from TikTok. Pearl is super banned. Pearl is so banned from TikTok that she got me banned from TikTok. I'm on a 7-day TikTok violent. I don't even know what the hell it is, but I posted a Pearl thing. Pearl and Andrew Tate. They clipped my video and then they clipped me. I just got on that app, but already on a 7-day break because I posted Pearl. She's super banned on that app. If you want to stay on that app, never post Pearl. She can't post. You can't post her. She's done on that app. They hate her. They hate people who post.
They don't understand that there is a voice. Every voice is very important, right? Everybody's voice. It doesn't matter what shitty you think their content is. You think they're this. Their perspective is valid, and they are representing a group of people. So you can't, if you care about feelings and you care about truth, then you wouldn't try to downplay other people.
Hey, I wonder why she threw that in there. She threw that in there. Y'all probably didn't catch it. She threw that shithole continent thing in there. That was something that Trump got backlash for. Why she say that? She said, no matter how shitty you think their continent is. That's a weird thing to say. What? Like, how did that even get in here? Like, that's weird that she just said that. That's weird.
People's perception. Like, it's valid. And there's a lot of things, too, that we talk about, like that you talk about with the marriage and the contracts and disadvantages and biological things. Those are things that just cannot be argued. Like,
She just got cooked on lead attorney last night. Pearl said most prenups get thrown out or something. Lead attorney ain't let her get away with it. He like, where you hear that at? She said, some guy. He said, who? Can you show me him? She like, he cooked her for saying that. So like, even Pearl be saying shit she hear from other people.
A biological standpoint, a lot of stuff makes sense. So I like what you're doing personally, and I like you as a person. And I think if more people actually sat down and talked to you, they would like.
Oh, your content. Okay, my bad.
Tell that to the.
My bad. I just want to make up a reason. Okay, my bad, Brittney. She probably did say that.
Beautiful, majestic creatures. I'm not saying it anymore. It's a beautiful, the sea creatures.
It makes sense to hear it like that. I don't know.
Okay, guys, if you have a question to submit to Brittney, go on my story. I'm gonna pick a couple right now. It's on Instagram. Just Pearly Things 1. They took away my actual ones. I'm gonna go. Okay.
All right, y'all. We're gonna adjourn court for today. We may continue part 2. Let me see where I'm at. So we're gonna adjourn court for today. We'll continue the trial of Brittney Renner, and in the case of can you turn a hoe into a housewife? Honestly, I believe I've already made my decision, but we have to review the rest of the testimony later. Y'all have a good day.